What's up, guys? Brian back from the PT channel here to talk about some Game of Thrones. Comes back April 24th. The first episode synopsis entitled The Red Woman is scrolling up the page right here. The Red Woman, April 24th. And we'll talk about some spoilers, so potential spoilers ahead. We'll talk about the breakdown of the trailer. I'm going to try and pronounce these names, but as Game of Thrones, I apologize if I'm saying them wrong. Post comments on there too below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. So let's get to it basically. So it ended with a nail biter because Jon Snow, this guy, is found like this, the way the episode ended. So that's terrible. We got to know if he's going to live, die, move forward out there. Hopefully he stays around. That's another video. But basically the trailer for the season, or episode really, at least showed this. We see his body there laying close. They go in there, they pick him up. I kind of patched up the things together to make it fit a little better. They jumped around a little bit. Basically he's on the table there. You got Davos there going to take the sword out and say sorry. I think the guys take the sword out to protect him. You see Ghost protecting Jon Snow. I hopefully Ghost is alive. I don't think he got stabbed, but hopefully he'll be okay too, and I'll bring him back. That's got to be Davos Seaworth on the top there, basically at the top. I think he goes down. He's probably at the top of the wall just quickly. Yeah, Melisandre and Davos there talking about what to do possibly. I don't know. Again, Melisandre loves to get naked, so she's probably going to get naked somehow. Maybe she used the Lord of Light to bring him back. That's a big theory for what is going on with it. Hopefully she does. Hopefully she does use the Lord of Light to do that, but that's another video to bring it forward. But why are they hitting the wall? Why is the Night's Watch breaking down the door? Because they had to go get Jon Snow and bring him to a room and hopefully bring him back. So that would make sense. You got Brienne of Tarth there. She's going to kill somebody. Is she going after Sansa? Is she in the woods cleaning up some guys from the Stannis thing? You see Sansa there. She is with Theon, or Rake, however you want to say his name now. They escaped the Boltons. They get captured evidently because you see the dogs and the armored guards and whatever, the knights there going after them. You see Peter Baelish there, Littlefinger. Did he have a hand in it? It looks like the same kind of background going in there too. But Sansa, we believe, is pregnant with Ramsay Bolton's baby, so that's going to be a problem. But she ran away. We'll see what happens there. You see this guy jumping off there at King's Landing for some reason. Some chaos, some craziness is happening there. Maybe he steals something, who knows. You see a different group. I haven't really seen this armor before or anything. Comes to King's Landing to attack it or something. You can see Marjorie Tyrell there. She gets out of her cell. I think she's there with the Sparrow. Going to get out, and we'll see, because they show her a quick thing in the cell. They probably get her out for something, because something is going to happen with that. You can't keep her locked up forever. You see Arya there get smacked by the other girl with that. She's still blind in the picture as well there. You see the eye. So is that just a temporary thing? Is she going to have to be that way going forward? I don't know. I like Arya, but you see this armor here and the chest plate of the one guy. I'm sure somebody knows who these are, but it's going to be a new group, I would think, to join the fray. More sex, violence, dragons, all that stuff. You got the sex in there with Game of Thrones. There's nothing without that. You got another group here on the mountaintop. Something, you see the flags there. I'm sure someone knows who they are, but I'm not into the show that much to know exactly what's going on there. There's going to be battles, of course. Going to be some violence in there too. Some horse brigade goes to attack someone else. You see the shields there. I think the shields in this group is attacking the wildlings, because if you look in the next picture with Tormund there, big red, you see the shields. It's the same type of shield they're going against. So the wildlings are in trouble with that. I'm sure this is the same boat going back to King's Landing with Jaime Lannister in there, bringing back his dead daughter on there. Cersei's looking on into the water. I'm sure that's going to be kind of what the scene would be to come back to King's Landing, because Jaime, this is his first time back. Going to be more incest with that. It's just gross that they do that, but I guess that's part of the times or whatever. But got to keep that Lannister blood. I guess it's just terrible. But you got Cersei and Jaime there seeing each other for the first time since coming back. You got the king, I forget his name, Joffrey, anyone really is, so going forward we'll see what happens with him. Cersei with the mountain there. The mountain looks pretty awesome. Zombified mountain there going forward, pretty cool. I choose violence, which is pretty cool of a scene, because, you know, Cersei is pissed after all the shit she had to go through with it. He goes, like, if you don't move, there's going to be violence. She chooses violence. They're going to fight back because Cersei's pissed with the Lannisters versus these guys. The Lannister group has the zombified mountain, which is pretty awesome on there. You see him in action. It's going to be him ripping people apart. The Sparrow's got to be talking maybe the mountain or something. I don't know. Kingsguard, maybe he gets killed, or who knows what happens. you got Daenerys there. Daenerys is a slave, basically. She gets captured in the middle of nowhere. She's looking up to see her dragon. I don't know. I just put those two together. It happens super quick in the trailer. The dragon flies by in half a second. You see all the slaves in there too with the horse statue. So that's got to be something. Some people know where they're going, I'm sure. But again, I don't know all that. Daenerys, even in her slave clothes and looking good, she always looks good there for sure. I think this is the same group going to attack somebody or something or do something going forward. I don't know, but you basically got the guys going after Daenerys to get them, but you got Jova and Daario there to help them. Again, I don't know how to say these names, so I think it's Jova, Mormont, and Daario Naharis. They're going there. They find the ring or whatever she dropped there on purpose, which was smart by her. Going forward, he's going to turn into the Stone Man on there. But then you got Bran Stark. Finally get to see him again. We missed him last season. He wasn't in at all, but look how big he is now. It's pretty crazy to see how older he has gotten in there. But we see the White Walker going forward, so we're going to need that, but it's going to be pretty awesome. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Thank you for the support. And what do you think about Game of Thrones in the next season? And we can't wait for April 24th.